Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I know the glucose levels in the bodies are down and everybody is waiting for the lunch, but can we at least have some energy and say good afternoon? Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, better. Okay. So the previous panel which discussed about the borders, I think the task to us is to look into the more into the cities, and that's how you secure the nation. You on the one side you secure the outside borders, and on the other side you are looking at the cities. And we have a very great panel where we have people from all parts of the industry, from the government and the industry both. And I hereby formally welcome each one of you, my co-panelist here. And not taking too much, we will try to finish it very fast, and allow each one of us to have increase our glucose levels in the body by having lunch faster. So one question to each one of you, not more than 60 seconds, just one small, one liner probably. What do you believe will be single biggest security challenge for India's urban infrastructure over the next 5 years? So over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, PHDCCI, for organizing this very good exchange. And it's an honor to be here. So for me, it's the vulnerability of mass interconnectivity of devices. Since major cities of India are transforming into, smart cities. So what we are lacking is, it's not the main concern would not be the the physical breach. It is basically the very blur line between the physical security and the cyber security. I will give you a short example and I will conclude with that. That, for example, if we will have a security hack on any of the smart city poles, street poles, we are looking at a potential blinding of a complete neighborhood without a CCTV feed, and during a major event. So that's really we are looking into.
Thank you. Shreya?
Thank you, PHDCCI and Dr. Sanjay Kaushik for the introduction. So everyone, I'm Shreya, and my perspective on this specific panel is that in India, surveillance is not the problem. The problem is the data. We have millions of cameras, but what we do with the data is the issue. It is fragmented right now, it is in silos, and we work with manufacturing, logistics, large infra companies. And the problem is the security team are still reactive in how they operate. And so 5 years from now, the problem will not be the sensors or the cameras. It will be how can we build intelligence over the data that we have so that incidents are detected much before they actually happen. Thank you.
Sushil ji.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Sushil and I'm heading a Smart City project and IT governance for the Gurugram Metropolitan Development Authority. And I thank you, the PhD chamber here, that I am here for the second time for the purpose. And whatever the question has been posed is a very important question, and it is linked with all of us, not only with me or the channel or the with the panel boards. It's the big problem as far as security is concerned. Next 4 to 5 years to me is the unlawful uses of the AI. That we have to control somewhere how to make use of the AI, where the areas will have to be selected and how to make use of it. Secondly, we have to have protection to our data and the surveillance for the safety and security of the people. Because until unless we are not able to manage the crowd detection, we are not able to manage our perimeters, we are not able to manage and detect the threats and the movements around our critical infrastructures, our security concerns are not completed. As far as perimeter is concerned, whether it is the national borders, whether it are the peripheries of our infrastructures like airports, like oil depots, like refineries, whatever it is, even don't go away the perimeter of your own society where you live should be smartly protected. So that is the all concerned. In all direction, we will have to have work a lot, and we are working towards the direction to make safe our applications, our databases, and our life also. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Myself, Kamal Pandey from Super CCTV. I can say this question, I can give answer in other ways. There is nothing like now India has initiated to secure the nation. Earlier, CCTV are security things we used as a luxury items. Now India has started thinking it's the necessity. So now definitely the number of cameras, number of security sensors and fans has been started from last some years. In upcoming some years, it can be covered and we can totally secure. Now data centers has been started coming in India, and the infrastructure which level we require now it is put in. So definitely in coming some years, may ye sari problems can be solved. And now India is moving towards the indigenous products and solutions. So in coming days, may ye sari problems could be solved. Definitely we are working in the ways कि वर्ल्ड के हर टेक्नोलॉजी की वी आर ट्राइंग टू मैच, चाहे एआई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात करें, डेटा सेंटर्स की बात करें, हाईवेज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात करें, बॉर्डर मैनेजमेंट्स की बात करें. तो नाउ द इंडिया इज गोइंग अहेड्स एंड आई बिलीव in some years it could be better and better continuously. Thank you.
Just adding to the points which my co-panelists have already shared, it's a problem which has threefold kind of a problem plus a solution at the same time. One is the component level understanding of how the ecosystem plays in terms of creating out the hardware or the cameras. Localization and indigenization of the components definitely is a matter of high priority. Make in India definitely is solving for it. Second part is the intelligence and the software layer which goes on top of these cameras. Many a times there have been cases where the intelligence has been compromised and foreign parties or foreign acts of states have actually accessed those camera feeds. So bringing up an intelligence layer which is much more secured, created out by localized players or even the Indian startups is of high importance. And last bit is availability of capital by VCs, private equity, and even government institutions who can help prosper this ecosystem around the perimeter security. These three areas occupy, I think, the immediate matter of interest for this sector overall, and this can be solved very easily in the next 5 to 6 years, depending on how outcomes come at all three levels: hardware, software, and capital adequacy.
Thanks for the opportunity. Very thanks to PHDCCI, and I'm going to reinforce what my colleagues in the panel have said, that really as of right now data is the crux of the problem. Cities, they are operating in silos. There are lots of CCTVs, but they are, of course, their data feeds are in silos. And also AI is the operational layer which has not yet been implemented. The AI, one cannot just sit and watch the CCTVs. And of course implementation of AI throughout the tech stack is going to be the huge thing. And ultimately platforming, which we are doing at the moment, we the lasavo.org, we are a platform where we are compiling data from everywhere. We are an open source intelligence. Right now there are forums, popular forums like Twitter, Reddit, but all of those data are not being compiled anywhere. Those are real-time actionable insights where one can take. So eventually that is where has to be the AI actionable layer has to come, and from the silos that data has to be merged, all unified data and eventually actionable data, where not even humans, but I think automata itself will act. And that is where we see the next 5 years themselves action happening. And of course, eventually, the actions cost will go down. So it'll become more smarter, more unified gradually. Thank you.
No, very true. Thank you for all of you, echoing the same sentiment. And, just to give you an example, yesterday I was meeting a very large listed company in Gurgaon, and they said we have 2000 cameras at our plant, we have lost 14 crores of goods because nobody was watching those cameras. Having 2000 cameras, spending so much of capex, not somebody watching, not having those AI analytics, what is the use of having those cameras? We don't know. So coming to Sir Sushil Kumarji, you too. See, government agencies are spending huge amount of money on the CCTV and safe city projects. From your experience, what differentiates a successful smart city from that one is technological rich?
Yes.
And also, if you can add that what is the role AI should play into the public safety while you're having so much of data?
Yes. Sir, first thing is whatever you have experienced in Gurgaon yesterday with a larger company, that 2000 cameras, there's no use of it. To me, there may be a reason that we should have a capacity to make use of the devices, to make use of the technology. It's not the fault of the technology that is lying unutilized. It is our problem. Why we are not building capacities? We should build the capacities. Second thing is, on the other hand, in Gurgaon itself, the GMB already has installed the more than 2,000 cameras. We have a larger, ICCC, and I think more than 15 to 20 use cases are being served to the public, to the police, to the hospitals, to the other bodies also. We have developed a capacity over the 5 to 6 years. And now we are at a stage of even identifying that, say, for example, camera is placed on the MG Road metro station, and you want to know that at this point of time, tell me the number of persons who are wearing the red jacket. So that kind of, algorithm and analysis of the videos with the VMS systems we have planned, and we are going ahead. So it's all related with the capacity. Cameras are need of the hour, need of the day. We cannot say that if we are lying unutilized, we should throw them out. No, your peripheries. How you will protect your peripheries? How you will see the motions at the night side? Who are being intercepting? Who are being accidented? So there are so many other issues. So the first thing is, let's try to build the capacity. Let's start using the technology. Let's try and make use our own use cases. It's not the other countries or the other people will come to us and tell us our requirements. We will have to evolve our requirements. If we cannot devise, if we cannot, identify our own requirements, then it's of no use.
I have one more follow-up question on this with you. Are we utilizing the face recognitions with the police database with the criminals in the current CCTV surveillance system within the city? Are we utilizing that?
Yes. In the phase 1, we are also proceeding to the phase 2 now with a larger number of cameras, and we have a bigger plan of covering entire Gurugram periphery, the KMP, the NH and other more than 400 kilometers of ropes of Gurugram with the more than 10,000 cameras. This is one thing. Whatever you have asked is about the FRS, face recognition systems. We already have around 15 locations, the major important locations, we have placed the FRS cameras. Presently, it's for the use of the police, the criminal detections. They have provided with the around 3,000 plus identified list of the criminals, and they keep on updating on the daily basis. And that list is placed at the watch list of the cameras. And the cameras which are placed, as in the first session being asked, should be of that certified with some certain agencies so that they cannot be spoofed off. We have cameras certified with the STQC and of the required technology specifications, so that the issue is not that out of the 3,000 criminal list cameras are not identifying. They're identifying. They're placing the records before the police, but the question comes in of the degree of acceptance. Say the correctness, it's a 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%. To what percent your camera resolution or the accuracy in identifying a face, that matters a lot. And sometimes it is acceptable that 80% camera is showing 80% accuracy, but at the same time it shows that the person is not there. So major concern is just we'll have to improve the situation by utilizing the latest cameras, which are the edge computing. They are coming nowadays of the 12 megapixels, 16 megapixels of the larger aperture, the larger lens and focus sizes all. Along with, we'll have to have our algorithms to be strengthened in a more precise dimensions, with the more precise dimensions of the faces and others. Now, the third thing, as you asked, sir, about the AI implementation. Yes, without AI, we cannot work, or we will not able to work more, because in the previous session, they have said that lot of alerts, lot of logs are coming in. How to analyze? How we'll analyze? How we'll take the corrective actions? How we'll improve upon our systems until unless we will not analyze the alerts and the logs? So at least for the purpose of analyzing the logs and take decision on the alerts on a very faster response, we will have to use the AI algorithms. And I recommend here that we should start using or making our own algorithms. We should not be depending upon the algorithm which are being, coming over the seas. Anything may be there that can be spoofed and can be, steal our data, or it can, different way can, give the threats to our data and the systems. So this is all my side.
No, thank you. And picking from you on the technology and the AI, I'll come to Mr. Kamal Pandey. India has actually, spent a lot of money and energy and resources on the technological improvement, and we have seen huge amount of technological enhancement right now. But what is the next breakthrough we are looking at? What is the next technology we are looking into? Keep pressing it.
Hello.
Yeah.
So now the CCTV, the industry is evolving now. The technology has moved around the AI's era. So CCTV is now just the camera installation and taking the footage. Now the CCTV is doing the prevention maintenance and giving the pre-alarms, pre-po and post events search, and it is helping to the all activities, criminal activities, to search the such kinds of precious things, and it is securing the next level of the urban and industries. You can say the now CCTV is going the upper level of things. Even the vehicle is running up to 150 kilometer high speed, and CCTV is capturing the number plates and giving at the control command center that this number plate has been passed at this time, this location, and things. So the easier to get the communicate and the whole intelligence via the you are getting the in the control room which number plate are it has been passed from these areas. And now another level of things CCTV is doing integrated solutions. It is detecting the toll tax as well from the CCTV cameras and AIs. Similar level, we are talking about the border forces and the securities parameters. Now CCTV, earlier panelists was discussing, there is lot of AIs and alerts are coming how to identify which is the corrective action we have to take. So now the CCTV has been enhanced in another level of things. Whenever you are detected from the one cameras, fixed cameras detecting the incident, and it is giving raise alarms to the 360 moving PTZ camera, then that PTZ cameras start tracking that events, who is person is moving around the your border forces, and then it will be start tracking to the that person till he is there in the premises, and the simultaneously it will send to the your control command center pre and post recorded videos. So you will understand that person is there. It's not giving the only the alerts. This is the giving to you the simultaneously videos, so you can identify the human is there, vehicle is there, are the any person is moving. So that those things level has been increased. Now another level of security enhancing, like the suspicious direction. Suppose you have the lot of data who is doing the suspicious activities. we bring in these technology in our CCTV enhanced cameras. So you can put these some suspicious faces. Suppose you have in this around cities 10,000 faces are there. You can upload on the edge camera side, and camera whenever suspect person will come in the front, camera will start vibrating, and it is giving alerts to human who is bringing this device. Simultaneously communication module is there, it will send to the control command center. Kamal is there who is suspicious for these activities. So now the AI has been easier to detect those things. Similarly, you are going on the highways, so you are crossing the lane violation system. You are bearing the seat belt or not, helmet you are bearing or not. So all those things, if you are not bearing, it will be give alerts to your control command centers. Just you have to monitor the limited things. You don't have to monitor the 4,000 cameras we are talking about, like the Gurgaon cities. So similarly, there is such level of AI has been increased, which can help to monitor and identify the things. Similarly, in the border forces, if you are talking about the parametric solutions, so now these CCTV and AIs has been integrated with the parametric fence and another integrated equipments as well. I'm giving the example. Chenab is Modi ji has inaugurated earlier. So there is the complete solution, cameras, video management, control command center, ICCC has been integrated. Another level of things, there is 14 type of another device, PA, PS, fire, environmental sensors, and another level of devices which is integrated and getting the live control command center alerts. So the AIs and CCTV has been improved and such level of things, and proudly we can see everything has been designed and developed in India. So I would like to talk about the Spurs. It's a domestic manufacturer company. We are manufacturing 25 years CCTV in India. So we are manufacturing those level of AIs and products in house. So we are always challenging to the China. जैसे I tell the facial recognition system. So it has been designed, developed, and 100% algorithm in India. Similarly, in the CCTV cameras, we made the 500 meter in night vision for the parametric solutions. We are manufacturing the thermal cameras up to 3 kilometers to detect the human vehicles and suspicious to get the all integrated in the control command center. So what is the benefit for our customers? The sometimes problem is happening when our customers, our government is still somebody is उनको फॉरेन का जो अभी तक नहीं जा रहा है, that they are facing the problem. Even they sometimes they are purchasing, the lack of the security is happening, they purchase X and Y product which is even they are not able to give the solution, and sometimes it is just useless the solution. That's why the domestic manufacturer is better can give the solution. As I told, similar we have many lot of solution which is giving the parameters, forces, armies, defense, airports. We covered more than 55 airports across the pan India, and we are giving the whole solution, integrated cameras, video management software, and analytics solutions. So we would like to request similar, if anything challenging part is there, we are able to do customize. You believe us, the cameras which is installed in the power grids, there is the 440 100 lines, thousands kilowatts line, what happening at their electromagnetic fields generating. But the Indian domestic, as we are experts, we are able to manufacture for their environments also cameras, somewhere the blast proof type of cameras and the AIs. Now what is the customer is getting, that is the important from the cameras. They are investing lot of money, as you said. So what is the results out of that cameras they are getting? So being a Indian companies, we are giving the what is their challenges point. If borders wants, if anybody is entering in my premises, I should get the alerts. The false alert should not come. Then video will be helped. If suppose you are putting the sensor, but sensor can detect the human, vehicles, animal, cat, dog, any kinds can be detected. But definitely the video footage and cameras can detect the actual things, human is hai ya vehicles hai, or who is the person. So that type of AI already has been created, and the edge analytics also we created from the cameras. Now the from infrastructure side, if you talk about, तो बहुत सारी सर्वर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. सम एनालिटिक्स हैज बीन कम नाउ इन द कैमरा साइड आल्सो. Suppose if you talk about the number plate recognition, face recognition, those things has been implemented domestically in India on the edge sites. So now we can save the cost of the server, VMS, software and licenses. Those things has been integrated in the cameras itself. You can install these standalone cameras and you can get control rooms, all those informations. So next level of AI is, so human behaviors things are coming. Suppose in the halls anybody is behaving suspicious activities, so cameras as Yan can get the alerts and it can be detect which kinds of activities are suspicious activities he is trying to do. Similarly, many things has been implemented in the AI sides. Crowd detection sometimes happening, Kumbh Mela and things. So already government has taken so many initiation, and domestic manufacture we are also working very closely with the governments. The crowd detection itself, it's the big things, so that has happening already. इतने भीड़ में भी persons को deduct कर लेना and things, the accuracy level and the hardware and software improvements already has been done. So proudly we can say in the railways we are covering more than 55% railway station across the pan India. So the AI and VMS softwares and all those things are integrated and SCQC approved, and we look forward to work together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kamal, for a very, very detailed, your sharing your views. Coming to Mr. Umar Farooq, you worked into global, scenarios. You worked and implemented projects across the globe, multiple countries. One, what are the global practices that we should be looking at? What are the best practices? Although Sushil sir just said that we should be developing our own algorithms and we should be developing internally, and Mr. Kamal Pandey also talked about indigenous cameras and creating everything in home. But of course, there are multiple things which from the best practice, global best practices, we can learn. What are those things?
See, we have already, we have AI here. We have AI at the edge. We have AI as a server box separate for the existing cameras which are working. We have different type of analytics like FR, ANPR. We talk about traffic. We talk about, the critical infrastructures. We have developed use cases for all that industries. However, that the accuracy level which we are getting abroad is not here. That's very much true. And then if there is a NIST ranking for FR, basically it's an international board who decides that which one is on the first level and second. So however, we are very much far there on facial recognition. So it comes in 1:1 or 1:n ratio when it comes to facial recognition. So same happens to ANPR, same happens to detecting a number plate or a seat belt and all. But apart from that, our approach has always been what happened, we check the recording and we check what happened at this incident. But however, our approach should be how we avoid that being predictive, being proactive on any incident, how to stop from being it occur, So we are not in that phase. We should have to evolve with the technology and change our approach from incidents to happen first. This is very important. So AI plays a very important role. However, the AI use cases are there at the edge or at the premise, no matter that. But at the same time, behavioral human analytics, however, giving an example of Middle East oil facilities or talking about European rail networks, they already have that optical character contrast analysis and radar fusion. For example, a camera picks up a vibration at a perimeter using a radar. Automatically what happens is it centralizes all the data and uses the AI analytics on top of it as a layer, and it already filters out if this vibration has happened because of a stray animal or a human itself. Okay, so our approach is very we have not reached to that approach honestly, but we have to change our approach as the technology evolves. It's very important. I really hope that we as India should set up a benchmark for indigenous, integrated technology for, perimeters. We really hope for that.
Follow up on this is,
Yeah.
in India, we don't have even the control and command centers talking to each other. There is one facility at one place which is secluded or working in silos, and the other one.
See,
In this let me complete.
Yeah.
In this scenario, how do we look at having a totally integration between CCTV, access control,
Yeah.
Drone, firefighting? Is that something which we are working on? Is that something we are looking ahead of?
Interesting question. See, it is just as asking me what is an organized brain and an individual organs, how it works. So definitely, so what I think is individual organs are a liability. Like individual systems we talk about, it's a liability. I'll give you a security example to it. For example, in any facility, if you have a fire alarm goes off and at the same time access control is locked, so it's a security concern, right? It's disaster actually.
Yep.
Right? You have a fire and you are not going out.
Correct.
Right? So this is a security concern. So integration plays a very important role. Integration of all the systems at the same time, which I mentioned in my first line, that the mass connectivity of devices are going ahead like anything in India. We need to take care of the cyber security like anything. It's very important, but government has already taken the steps towards it. That STQC has been enforced from the Ministry of Electronics since last year, which is a very good step. And we really encouraged that and we welcomed it. And all the CCTV cameras which are coming in the market, it's all STQC certified from whoever the vendors are providing it. Apart from that, as CP Plus, we bear a responsibility towards our users, that being the pioneers in CCTV manufacturing industry in India since very long time now. So we have developed a technology on top of STQC called CTC. That's a cyber technology core, which makes sure of the multiple authentication levels, the password authentication levels, the reboot, how the reboot systems will do. So it's more secure. We are trying, but at the same time, I'll tell that the threat levels are increasing. It's evolving. So we do also have to evolve as per the threats are evolving. It's very important.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Sir, whatever you have asked about integration of ICCCs among the different cities across the country, it's a very, very valuable question, sir. And in this direction, of course, our government has started working. For example, MHA officers might be here, some of them, they have come up with a NetGrid solution, sir. It's already established here, the data center. And through that NetGrid data center, the request of different states with respect to the tracking of vehicles, with respect to identifying the people, are coming to the different ICCCs. I think you have understood. I want to give an example, sir. Suppose one vehicle lost in Ayodhya. So how the integration of ICCC will work, that Ayodhya stolen vehicles reports come to NetGrid. NetGrid pass on to the all ICCCs across country established through the API based integration. And there are 4 or 5 use cases that we have already implemented. What happens is we put that vehicle on the watch list, and as and when the vehicle tracked, JSON is created and sent back to the NetGrid. But simultaneously, that vehicle may be wanted from Rajasthan also, from Kerala also. That's why we may get more than one request for a vehicle. And we keep tracking the vehicle in the watch list, and as and when it encounters that result as a response sent back to NetGrid, and NetGrid is a kind of buffer space with sharing the queries to the respective places. This is I think a kind of integration being taken place. However, sir, camera level pay integration not possible at all, because cameras are installed in a particular network segment of IPs within a particular ICCC.
Yeah, no, my question was largely, I think this is a very big perspective which you're talking
Yes.
about. My question was particularly facility wise, that if, like he said, that if there is a fire and the camera detects that fire, or the fire control detects that fire, the access control should be immediately opened. So those kind of integrations are also very important to be.
Yeah, sir. But that is within the
Within the
purview of the
system.
IEEE.
Correct,
But
correct.
we have talked about the across the cities
Yes,
integration of the
NetGrid is a wonderful
surveillance
system, and
Yes.
the government has remarkably done well on that.
Yes, it has started working.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Now coming to Shreya, to you. With the security, when we started with 3Gs, guards, gates, and guns, and now everything you talk about, you started with cameras, you started with everything, but it comes to AI. And everything turns about AI, and AI is a buzzword. Everyone wants to listen to that. Everybody wants to speak to that, right? So where is, beyond this hype, where is AI genuinely creating the measurable value in the physical security?
So when we talk about security, so first of all, the value is not replacing your security administration, right? The real value is created when it multiplies them. How? First of all, reducing the noise. As our previous co-panelist, Colonel Ranjan Bhatia also highlighted, that there are multiple alerts that happen, right? So we are implementing a solution for a pharmaceutical company, thousands of cameras, 2,000 alerts per shift, right? When we implement an AI video analytics platform, that reduces to 30. Now what happens is it improves the efficiency of the security team. Earlier, the kind of critical events they were missing, those don't happen anymore, right? So that's first, reduction of noise. That's the core value. The second is identifying the intentions. Now, as we said, the current weakness is knowing about the event or incident after it has happened. Now, how do we identify intentions before? Now, we are working with a real estate, large infra company, where we are identifying where there's signs of intoxication if a person is entering a certain perimeter, or if the staff is entering the unauthorized area. So detecting those signs early on and interlinking them in terms of identifying that they could be a possible malicious intent. So that is the second value, which is measurable. The third is ROI, but not the way we see it, not the way, the security has multiplied or improved. Now that we have the infrastructure, there's so much more we can do. Just imagine a healthcare camp or a hospital with the same CCTV infra. Now you can understand the occupancy levels. You can understand the patient inflow. So security infrastructure turns into business intelligence. And that's where the ROI also multiplies in terms of not only restricting itself to security, but much more.
Thank you. When you start taking a name of ROI, we have an investor in the company, coming from the investors side. And Ankit, coming to you, I would like to ask you that from the investor's perspective, which are the security technologies which are attracting the highest attention today? And also, India has built multiple brilliant startups. We have multiple unicorns which we have created now. What prevents them from becoming global security technological companies?
Looking at the overall landscape right now, the most exciting part of the sector right now is intelligence companies, especially the companies which are building software, providing over-the-top kind of intelligence going forward with proprietary algorithms at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, as an investor, we have invested into a company called Easma AI that is building on similar intelligence layers for the airport, especially GMR in Delhi. With that kind of a software and a platform approach, high returns are possible for VC investors. As a VC, what I realize is that the business is limited, that we need to get returns within a time frame of around 5 to 10 years. That's the time frame which we are looking at. Looking at that kind of a short timeline, software companies make more priority for our venture capitalists. Hardware companies occupy the second priority for us. The problem there is it will take a lot more time for us to get returns out of it. More patient capital is needed for hardware kind of companies, but there is huge potential within India where indigenization of those components is happening. We have spoken with a lot of companies which are doing component level manufacturing for drones as well as for cameras at this point of time. But patient capital there would be needed for a period of around 8 to 13 years. So that's the second priority area. Now, looking at security as a landscape within India, it's a matter of both private entities on B2B level, as well as it's a matter of concern for B2G on the government level as well. Looking at that landscape, majority of the buyers or procurement has been done on these two levels only. So that limits out the overall growth of our Indian security startups going forward. That's why we don't see huge outcomes or huge listings on Indian bourses right now. But what I see is, as more and more intelligence or AI driven companies come in this particular landscape, we may be able to see those kind of large outcome companies. For example, I'll take an example of a Middle East company. Aramco, everyone is aware of as a oil giant, but they also own a subsidiary called Aramco Digital, which does a lot of industrial AI automation and security for their oil assets going forward. So it's essentially a security company working for a large oil major. Those kind of outcomes will be predictable within India as far as larger companies are concerned. Similarly, Vedanta has done fair bit of work on security by integrating a lot of domestic startups as a part of its initiative called Spark V and Spark Ventures. So under that, they are trying to come up with a business model where they will try and list on the stock exchange by coming up with a unified intelligence layer. So that's one way where we can see a billion-dollar opportunity within India going forward.
Thank you. And now coming to Ravi. Drone threats have become a reality, and we have all talked about in the previous session. The border, the army, BSF, everybody is talking about it. But what about the industry? Is industry really ready to take those threats, and are they really capable of doing that? If yes, what are they doing? If no, what is the path forward?
Sure. I think actually the industries are now actually accepting, and the drone threats are, even satellite-based solutions are there now, and perimeter fencing is a major part, and industry facilities themselves have to, they are depending on satellite perimeter fencing, and we are providing those solutions also. And the sovereign domestic LLM layer, is going to be the one which is going to guard us, because there was pilfering of data in to other nations previously, and having our own data centers, our own compute layer, and of course our own proprietary software eventually is what is going to safeguard the industries. And even a little bit of sensors are there, but if they work together, that is the whole cross sensor validation, that is with satellite, with drone, with CCTV, it forms a second brain. That is something which we are seeing in Claude, and like with Obsidian and Graphify, that is we are now depending on the second brain. And I think that is what industry is now eventually going to depend on. They were earlier using PLCs in their factories for their process automation and processes, and for home industrial automation. So now this will be like a second thing which they will go, that is a platform for their satellite for their perimeter clearance. So that is what we are offering as a services on lasava.org. It is like a second Google Earth, like a God's eye, which is a cross sensor validation, which is using all your sensors, not only satellite, drone, CCTV, but even your factory PLCs, even your factory doors, and even ultimately, I think even your smart watches eventually. So I think that is what the industry will become to, and I think that is what we have seen, major in self-driving evolution. We have seen that eventually software is the major problem, and software stack, anyone who can do that, earlier they put up a lidar and whatnot they put. Eventually they realized we can have two cameras itself, because God has also given us two eyes, and that is how we drive cars and drive planes and everything. So eventually you need two vision systems and basically AI like a powerful god, and I think that is what the industry is calling eventually is.
Sure, thank you. As much as I would like to, dwell into more and probably ask you much more questions, but I think we'll have to look at time. So I'll ask two questions to each one of you, rapid fire, and just one-liners. Not detailed, just one-liner. So we'll start from here and we'll go like in queue, and other question we can come back from there, right? So one technology that will transform security by 2030.
Intelligence at edge.
I'll let you.
AI-driven algorithms will do it.
Intelligent AI integrated with the hardware.
Automation governed by strong intelligent layer, which is domestically owned.
Yeah, I think eventually everything is going to be AI and encrypted via blockchain and at an extremely less cost, everything automated, like our appliances have made us more. You can exponentiate it to the next 5 years and everything becomes guarded by the same.
I think for me, I think it is how we can use less compute for more tokens. I think that's going to define the future.
And this one is my favorite. I love this question, and I would love to we'll start from there. One security myth you would like to bust?
That it is a hardware problem. Eventually everything is a software problem.
Okay.
Many a times people buying out cameras are under the fear that our feeds are being watched by someone abroad, or maybe someone is watching them on the dark web. I think a lot of Indian CCTV camera companies have tried to rectify it, but a lot more work needs to be done on that effort just to make them more aware, customers more secure, not only at the B2B and B2G level, but at consumer level as well, so that people adopt this solution at the end of the day.
In the CCTV securities or in the industry, it's a very big myth, and in our governments as well. Foreign brand is the good in the quality, in the features, in the securities. This is the big myth, and I believe the government is taken the initiative now, and it will be filtered out from the minds. Thank you.
I so much agree with you. So much agree.
Yes, the same here. The impact of the AI is like deep fake.
Deepfake, yeah.
Deepfake is going to ruin us unless we take some action on it. And secondly, सर को एक और भी लाइकिंग होती है कि पासवर्ड 1 2 3 4 5 मैंने वो किया ही नहीं, मैंने नहीं किया, किसी और ने कर दिया.
So I would like to highlight one myth, like especially on ground, like the bottom of the funnel, they feel that this will replace us, and that results in low adoption, bottom of the funnel. But one thing we need to take care of are the adversarial attacks on AI models. That can really create a false sense of security when it's actually not there.
Well, all the points are covered, by the way, but still, still a good percentage of people in India still thinks that CCTV is a luxury. Still, they think that CCTV लगाने से क्या होगा? तो कुछ नहीं है, तुल्लो लगा के रखो. I mean, चल भी नहीं रहा है तो तब भी चलो काम तो कर रहे हैं ना, पता चल रहा है.
Correct. Just one more question and then I'll come back to you. If we meet in 2030, what is that you hope to see transformation happening in the Indians' infrastructure, critical infrastructure?
See, first of all, CCTV is not a luxury. It's very much important. This is first. The second is I really want to see that we create an indigenized, trusted core. Trusted core, a cyber secure core, and trusted by design, basically the products for our people, the clients, the customers, our critical infrastructures, the borders. This is very much important, and as CP Plus, we try our best to get up to the expectations of whatever is required in all kind of industries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Two things I would like again. One is an indigenous LLM that is being used and adopted by the industry, not only just made. And second is a visible system overall to a role-based visible systems across the country, not just in parts and pieces, but really unified and having access to the right people.
सर जब हम 2030 में मिलेंगे तो हमारे जितने भी क्रिटिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स है, वेदर इट इज़ द फिजिकल, वेदर इट इज़ डिजिटल, आपको सबका डिजिटल ट्विन मिलेगा.
In 2030 we believe कि इस इंडस्ट्री के आप सभी इंडस्ट्रीज में we will become आत्मनिर्भर, and most of things, most of components, most of the things will be designed, developed in India, as in the CCTV we are doing. We believe कि भारत एक आत्मनिर्भर की तरफ एक कदम बढ़ा चुका है, and then till the 30th we will become more stronger, more अपने footprint होंगे, and we will do for the world, not only India. Thank you.
By 2030, I believe that the Indian market, especially the camera on the hardware side, at least 60 to 70% should be governed by the Indian players having indigenized components. And secondly, as rightfully mentioned by the co-panelists, that at least indigenized LLMs, especially companies like Sarvam, they should be able to build products on the intelligence layer for our camera companies going forward. And lastly, since industrial automation has picked up in the Western markets, there are good players coming out of India as well. Those industrial automation players at least would be able to integrate with our domestic LLMs as well as camera companies.
Yeah, by 2030, I believe humanity will be exponentiated much by AI, and we'll all be living in harmony, having in abundance in everything, 100-story buildings, and drones. We'll be flying in drones, and like Satellite Aviation is bringing about, we'll have drone cabs, and I think AI will be doing itself. Like Tesla doesn't even have a steering vehicle, so I think eventually everything will be done by AI itself, and it'll have self-guided algorithms, and we will not need to monitor anything, not do anything, and it will be like a happily ever after.
Thank you. That's a good ending to anything happy ending, right? Thank you. Yeah, just one last question, and if it is a question just to then only, yeah, please go ahead.
Okay.
After this, we can have
I know.
informal discussions.
Very good afternoon to everyone. But I have a special question, like from Dr. Sushil, because I'm also a doctor, so we can relate to what. Actually, many times it is considered that surveillance is just like stalking. So how will you differentiate between stalking and surveillance? Many times it's misunderstood. Many times it's considered like it's equated also. So what's your take on this? How can we safeguard ourselves from being stalked? And even if somebody is doing some surveillance, we can secure ourselves through all these negative things.
Ma'am, please repeat the question. I couldn't understand properly.
How will you differentiate? How will you differentiate between stalking and surveillance? Stalking.
So shall I
Or maybe
take
somebody else can answer.
Yeah, shall I take that?
Yeah, that's it.
We do surveillance on the physical side as well. We have an investigation company as well. So I can answer your question much more relevant. So when you're doing an individual follow-up for one single person, that is stalking. But when you're looking at largely the whole city, it's not stalking. It's just about keeping a track, and you're not looking at any individual. You're just looking at the whole data which is captured, and only the foul plays which are there, or there are red alerts, they are only flags. You're not looking at every single faces. When you're looking at a particular face, you're following it, that person, that's stalking.
Yeah, add on to this. See, what we have, the different kind of cameras and different type of algorithms are attached to the cameras. Say, we have the general surveillance cameras. We call it the GS cameras. They have general surveillance. People coming, going, crowd going, coming, and it's only watching and capturing the things. Now, stalking is a particular licensing algorithm is attached to a particular camera, say ANPR camera. It's only mean just that is focused on the lane. Any vehicle is coming, read the number plate. Just like that, any FRS camera is focused to read the faces, to count the head, just the color. like this. So this is general surveillance cameras. It's a general surveillance, and in case if you have managed a camera for a particular reason, let's give the stop.
Now that stalking will actually, when it is done by government has all the authorities to do that, and the other person will not know it. So we can discuss it offline. I can speak for hours on this particular
Moreover,
subject.
your question is related with the somewhere privacy and the confidentiality.
Actually, this topic needs a full day conference. So I can ask
this is
PhD to have a full day conference on that particular topic on the privacy and how the DPDP Act impacts.
No, going forward, just मैं आपको बता दूं, still presently the government is looking for the general surveillance of the general areas, the general buildings, and on so forth. But in the time to come, they are going to capture the other residential areas too. And obviously, it will be in the purview of the privacy and the confidentiality act. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, panelists, for this wonderful session. Now, I would like to request Dr. Nasir Jamal, Director, PHDCCI, to facilitate our panelist and moderator with a memento. Shri Sanjay Kaushik, Managing Director, Netrika Consulting India Pvt. Limited. Dr. Sushil Kumar, Head IT Governance and Advisor and Head Smart City Division, Gurugram and Faridabad Metropolitan Development Authority. Shri Omar Farooq Ji, General Manager, Aditya Infotech Limited. Ms. Shreya Agarwal, Director and Chief Product Officer, Think Future Technologies. Shri Ankit Harjai, Principal Investment CIO, Mount Tech Growth Fund, Kavach. Shri Asif Ravi, Director, Lasavo Private Limited. And Shri Kamal Pandey Ji. I request everyone for a group photo, please. Pulkit.